Growing up, I was always a hard worker. I always followed the rules. I always did what I was supposed to do. I did my homework. I did all the things. I hung out with people who were smarter than me. I definitely compared myself a lot to them. I felt stupid for the majority of my life. And I thought that the path to success was to get really good grades and to go and get, my master's or my PhD. Well, the universe had a different plan for me in a nutshell. And when I moved to Mexico, I really realized that life can be so much more unconventional than I ever thought. And that the path to success has nothing to do with grades or education even. And what's interesting is that when I embarked on my entrepreneurial journey, I copied those same patterns of trying really hard and doing what I was supposed to do. Now, where did I get this idea that I was supposed to do anything? Well, if you are a human being, particularly if you are an entrepreneur, you probably have noticed that there's a lot of people out there telling you what the best, fastest path to success is. I definitely spent a lot of time following that, and a couple years into my journey, I really had this moment of questioning, what the fuck am I even doing? Why am I doing all of this? It essentially led to a deeper dive within myself. I discovered my human design, and I started to really tune into my intuition, which I had been doing, but I hadn't been using my intuition in business. I was still prioritizing the advice of my leaders and mentors and thinking that that's what would solve my problems, but it didn't. So eventually I got really fucking tired of doing what everyone else told me to do, and I was like, fuck this, it's not working anyway. I'm frustrated, and at that point I knew that if I was approaching it from a place of frustration and restriction, from a manifestation and law of attraction perspective, and knowing what I know about the emotional scale, I knew that that was not the way that was going to get me results anymore. So I tried something new. I tried following my intuition. I tried going with the flow, trusting in my ideas, overcoming my limiting beliefs, and really just going full force into what lit me the fuck up. And that's when I had my first ever full I filled my first ever program. I think it was a $15,000 sales month, which is amazing. And I replaced my 9-to-5 income. Since then, I've been helping more women to overcome their limiting beliefs and to really believe in themselves and trust their intuition so that they can turn their vision into a reality. What does this mean? This means that I know that you have some sort of dream life playing out in your head. It's probably not the life that you plan on paper. It's probably not the life that you tell people about. It is probably something that you have never spoken out loud, but you think about constantly. It is the thing that you are daydreaming about when you're bored of your job or when you are, stuck in a moment that you're not fully enjoying. It is that thing that keeps popping up for you, but that you're not taking action on because you don't believe in yourself. The Own Your Intuition mini workshop is the place that you are going to start to get really clear on what this vision is, what's holding you back, and take your next steps. I need you to know that every successful person has limitations. I've worked with people who have really big businesses. I've worked with people who have very small businesses. I've worked with people who are moving millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've worked with people who are moving thousands of dollars, right? It doesn't matter what level you're at, the limitations are the same. I tell you this because I need you to know that just because you feel limited by your beliefs does not mean that you need to allow those beliefs to rule your life and dictate your destiny. You get to decide your destiny. You get to choose what you do with those limitations, with those beliefs. And I would love to help you move through them so that you can start making your vision for your life a reality inside of the Own Your Intuition mini workshop. Click here for access.